Welcome to Holiday Gift Podcast, the podcast that was created to give you ideas, books, courses, and luxury items that will thrill, that will build the bottom line of any entrepreneur podcaster in your life. We'll be right back. Hello, hello. Well, welcome back. I'm Margot Levette. Welcome back to another episode here of the Holiday Gift Podcast. And I have a great idea for you. Presenting a little bit different today because I have a few slides that I want to share with you. But I thought how marvelous it would be to share the gift of a healthy dating relationship. So many of us, if we can admit it, from puberty on up to boomer, some of us really don't understand the seasons of being in a healthy dating relationship. May I tell on myself, I didn't realize that there was a difference between dating and courting. It was always very murky to me, just telling it like it is. And then how long should you be in a relationship before you understand, you have clarity concerning the where you're headed, where you're going, what you want out of this? And when can you just be stomped down selfish in this relationship? So earlier this year, I had an opportunity to speak with Cullen and Elitia Mattox. They are relationship coaches. And let me tell you, they opened my eyes up immensely to what courting is, dating. What is that all about? How long should you date? What is that line of demarcation? When you hop over a certain line, where is that going to take you? What are the steps in a healthy dating relationship? This time of year, we all listen we watch the movies that come on and people standing under the mistletoe and they meet their love, the love of their life. And I'm definitely not mocking that or dispelling that. All I'm saying is Cullen and Elitia Mattox, when they came on to my podcast, they really opened up my eyes as to how we don't have to stumble into relationships and we don't have to just drag ourselves along. We can actually define what we want and go after it and find out whether or not what we are involved in, is that healthy? Is it what you really want? And it's just an amazing conversation. Why am I just giving you bits and pieces? Because in January, these folks are going to be featured in WomLead Magazine. And I promised that I would drop and publish the total episode, our conversation, in January. But this is such a phenomenal read. And now it is an audio book. I just thought it would be a great Christmas, New Year's gift for anybody. I know this podcast has been for the entrepreneurs and podcasters, but I couldn't resist. This is a great find for anybody who is single, anybody who is in a relationship, and you really want to know where you're going. I think that it would be a great suggestion for the two of you all to sit down, maybe on Christmas Eve or whenever, and listen together. Get the audiobook. Let me share my screen so I can take you over to where you can actually find that audiobook. And it's available over on Barnes and Noble. This book that I speak so highly of is Love Literacy, A Conscious Journey to Healthy Relationships by Cullen and Elitia Mattox. And I tell you, they are relationship coaches who have been helping people for over 5 years now. This book is available in audio. And let me tell you, I purchased a copy myself because you get to a place, I know that we all deserve healthy relationships. And if we're going to dating calls for work. And if we're going to put in the work, we may as well have the guidelines. We may as well know the definitions of where we're at. we may as well know what's going on in this crazy thing of relationships, what is expected of me, what's really not expected of me, just to really have a relationship. Anything grows best when the foundation is secure and when it's built correctly. And I trust these folks to help build a healthy relationship in the dating phase. So as you can see, it's available over at Barnes and Noble. You still have opportunity to obtain your copy. This is the audio book, and looks like they have a free gift also. Barnes and Noble audio. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Get it free with the Barnes and Noble audiobooks subscription, or you can pay $14.99. It is so very worth it. It really, really is. So I'm going to stop the share right here. Love Literacy, a conscious journey to healthy relationships. And it is a conscious journey. So I brought on a clip. I told you, I'm just going to give you a teaser of our conversation. So I brought on this clip. I'll share it with you now. This is Cullen and Elitia Mattox. They are, as I said, amazing, extraordinary, very transparent relationship coaches. Both of them have been married before. They understand the dynamics of dating and marriage and all of that good stuff that we all want to experience, but we want it in a healthy manner. They are also CEO of When Love Works Dynamically. So let me bring on this video. Let me bring on the audio.
And it took us, we sat down during the pandemic and penned over 10 years of best practices that has guided us in our work at When Love Works Dynamically with helping people date healthy, court healthy, and then enjoy a lifetime partnership in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Is that where it starts, courting healthily in a healthy manner?
Okay, so I thank you for asking that question. People talk about I'm dating. They'll say they're dating and they're actually describing courting. So that's the first thing that we do in Love Literacy. We give definitions, because definitions will get you through the fog and give you clarity about the journey. It starts out with dating. That's a 4 to 6 week shopping experience where you're actually getting to know whether this person you basically this is conditionally finding out whether somebody works for you. That's the only time in the journey that you can be conditional.
Yeah.
Then after that 4 to 6 weeks, if the two of you want to do this together, build together exclusively, then you move over into courtship, which lasts about a year. 4 seasons that you see each other together. And then at that point, you're entering into unconditional relationship. And at the end of that, either you part in love or you could enter into a lifetime partnership.
Timetables.
So you have to have, we honestly believe you have to have synchronized definitions on what dating is, what courtship is, and what lifetime partnerships are. Because you can't just assume that your partner sees dating the same way you see it.
Yeah, so Love Literacy is a very intentional journey with timeline, with definitions. It's just a bunch of tools and best practices. You'll even have visuals in this book of what the timeline,
right.
The timeline Cullen just described is visually placed, very specific. So you're not in a dating realm and you're not dating healthily. And instead you're dragging someone into what we call, what's commonly termed as well, situationship, that gray area.
Yes.
We're like, no, you don't have to spend time in the gray area. Get very clear. Here's some definition. Here's some examples. Here's a timeline and best practices. So you know when you're dating, or are you really in courtship? Wait, are y'all in a dysfunctionship? Wait, is it all healthy?
Wow, I am clapping my hands. I have never heard these terms defined. I've never heard dating, courting, lifelong partnership. Wow. So, as I promised, this conversation will be released in January because the Cullen and Elitia, they're going to be featured in WomLead Magazine. This conversation will be a feature article. And around the same time, I'm going to release the total conversation, which is just mind-boggling. So, it really gives you clarity and makes you say, I think I need to get get a copy of the audio book, and I think I need to go to hard copy so that I can understand what dating is all about. And I definitely want to make sure that I'm in a healthy dating relationship. So I myself bought a copy of Love Literacy, A Conscious Journey to Healthy Relationships. So thought I'd bring this teaser to you early, since I am giving you some ideas about gifts that are going to make a difference in the life of a podcaster, of an entrepreneur. But when I think about love literacy, a conscious journey to healthy relationships, all that I can say is that this is for anyone who is single, anyone who's in a relationship, and you really want to build a firm foundation. I have one final slide to share with you on my screen, and I want to show you their Facebook page so that you can go on over to the Facebook page. When Love Works Dynamically, that's their Facebook page. When Love Works Dynamically, helping high performing professionals transform their love lives in just 4 weeks. You heard them say they have definitions, they have timelines. All of that is supplied in their book, Love Literacy, A Conscious Journey to Healthy Relationships. So you have access to them. It looks like book now. You have access to a conversation with Cullen and Elitia. Looks like, they post pretty regular also. And they have a phone number here, their email addresses here, access to their website. So what can I say? Let me stop sharing my screen here. I've given you all the information pretty much that you need so that you can go on and make a purchase. I would do that before the conversation is published on Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation, before the article comes out in January. On WomLead Magazine, they're going to show up in print. They're going to show up digitally. So that's it for this episode of Holiday Gift Podcast. I think that it gives you a good idea about why I presented this conversation to you early, and I truly hope that you make your copy, that you purchase your copy, and you can begin to build the foundation for a healthy dating relationship. I'm Margot Levette. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I truly hope that you are enjoying this podcast, holiday podcast for gifting. Yes, we are highlighting and promoting gifts that any podcaster, any entrepreneur would love to receive. If you would like to view us on video, if you want the free gifts that we're giving away on the podcast throughout this holiday season, the links are always in the show notes. We'll be back next time. More gift ideas for the entrepreneur and the podcaster. And you never know what freebies we're giving away throughout this holiday season. So we'll see you next time. I'm your host, Margot Levette. Bye-bye now.